This afternoon to let you guys know how the self-love exercise went for today. Our first self-love exercise. Yesterday was the meditation. Today was the first journaling exercise, and I told you I would let you know how it went. Well, it went really well. I can tell just from my answers, like they were true. They were coming out. They were coming from my heart. I was asking my heart these questions and they were coming out, and I can tell I've grown a lot. Like I knew that I have grown a lot. And then I thought about how I didn't do this last year. Last year it was one of the first years. I haven't done it in 5 years. And I was like, well, I mean, I kind of did it in my own way, but I didn't do the full exercises. And, I think that it was right for me not to last year. And this year, I'm so grateful that I'm here and I'm doing this and I'm thinking, wow, I truly have grown a lot. I really have. And then I was curious about, my answers from the previous time that I did it, which was in 2023. And I was looking, I do believe, yeah, 2023, or was it 2024? Maybe I skipped 24 and 25. But yes, in 2023, I was looking at my answers and I see like the thing that I wrote that I don't love about myself, don't love a lot about myself, that I need to grow in self-love for, in my spirit, was the exact same thing that I wrote in here in my spirit that I love. So it shows that the growth has happened. And you guys, I didn't realize that until after it had happened, if that makes sense. Like whenever I was writing, whenever I was going through and journaling, I was just like asking my heart, what do you love? And it wrote it down. And I went through and what do you not love about it? And I wrote that down. And I let it be what it is. And then and that wasn't one of the things that I was thinking. I was like, wow. And in step three, and the third answer, I feel like I've really grown. And I was thinking, yeah, I want to see what my answers are. And yes, I've grown. I mean, it's so cool to have this for yourself, to be able to see your progress and then to be able to feel your progress. It's truly amazing. And I am so grateful that I started out this self love season at the Buffalo and on a river trip, and that the river trip went as badly as it went, and how the river trip went, because I'm getting so many metaphors for different things that yeah, this trip has taught me the difference between faith and belief and how that clearly comes out. And we'll talk about that on day 3 of Leo self-love season. But yeah, one thing I did want to speak about today about what happened with the trip. We were talking about this morning, someone asked me if I believed in God, and we got kind of on that topic for a minute. And I was talking about how on the trip I was so praying to God. I didn't even know, because I mean, it felt like my body was going to give out, and we had to keep going. We were going against the sun. I mean, I did I did point at the sun and was like, you just stop moving for a minute. We got somewhere we got to go. Because, being stuck out in the wilderness in the dark and stuff, it's scary. Although we could have made it through the night, but we were not prepared for camping at all. We would have been out there in just our bathing suits, and it wasn't a fun idea. We had to keep going, and it wasn't easy. And I continually kept praying. And I told you guys about the birds that came through, the heron and then the blue feather. And it kind of gave me an extra oomph to keep going, keep moving forward, which was what was needed. And there was another bird that I forgot to tell you guys about, and I want to speak on that. There was an eagle. Whenever it first flew by, I was like, is that an eagle or a vulture, to my husband? Because he can identify really well. And it just kind of flew by, and then we saw it fly by again, and then it landed, and we were like, that is an eagle. It is an eagle. And it landed on a tree, and it was just like looking at us. It felt like, it was like, what in the world are you guys doing? You guys look so silly out here. And it was like enjoying watching us, I swear. And then we like ended up going past the tree, and I looked at it, and the eagle had turned around. The eagle was facing us, and then it turned around. And to me, it was a sign from God saying, you will be free. you know, because I was like, well, guys, what does eagles represent? And like freedom, you know, it's one of our thoughts. In fact, my husband said that's a freedom bird. That's what he said. It's a freedom bird. And it's the reason why we would associate that is because of the culture that we grew up in and the country that we grew up in. But yeah, that it's because it's an association for us. That's what it meant for us. But yeah, self love, you guys, self love and continuing to move forward and to learn and grow with yourself. I'm so grateful for this day, this Pure Leo day. I've been loving myself and looking back, and I'm just like, I'm so grateful for my strength and resilience and not giving up and my keep showing upness, you know, the fact that I just keep going. So yeah, and so I did the day one journaling, and tomorrow I will show up in the morning and talk about how I feel with our love tomorrow morning, and then we'll do the journaling, and I'll show up in the afternoon and let you guys know how that went. But the day one self journaling is already transformative for me. I'm already seeing how much loving yourself can grow you. So, thank you guys for joining me on this journey. I think it's fun and it's pretty cool. And I am glad that we started it with that Buffalo trip, which I have a bunch of stuff. I'm going to put it together and edit and put a compilation so you guys can see what that looked like. And I didn't get a lot of the pictures of the hike because we were just like trucking it, needing to go. But yeah, there you guys go. I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday evening, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow morning. But until then, I hope that you all continue to walk in love out there, my friends. Truly, truly, truly.